in this video, I want to talk about contrast showers. Contrast showers is basically taking a cold shower for 2 minutes and then doing hot for say 4 or 5 minutes, and then doing another round where you do cold for say 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then you turn on the hot, and then you do for like again 4 or 5 minutes. So you're always doing hot a little bit more than cold. Now, as far as health benefits from contrast showers, apparently word on the street is that's actually better for recovery. It has something to do with I don't know, blood flow to your muscles or something, but I'm not too concerned with that. I want to discuss the contrast aspect of contrast showers. They're called contrast showers for a reason, okay? Because you do hot, strictly hot, and then you do strictly cold. Then you do strictly hot, then you do strictly cold. And I've been really enjoying contrast showers more than just strict warm shower or strict cold shower because of the contrasting nature of the act. We talk a lot in these videos about this plane of existence that we're in being a duality, and we talk about suffering being the contrast to the other side of suffering, which is pleasure. But I wouldn't even say pleasure, I would say bliss. I would say, from my perspective, the duality of suffering is bliss. The duality of pain is pleasure. But you see this in all of human existence. You see this in the human realm, in the physical human realm, the duality. In fact, that's one of the key defining features of physical existence, of being a human being, is the experience of contrast, the experience of duality. And so, having to go through that with the sacred element of water is a sacred element, it's one of the 4 elements, having to go through that every day, it's a constant reminder, when you put on the cold tap, that life is suffering, like Buddha says. Because, no matter how much you're used to the cold water, really, like, you're still there breathing, trying to warm yourself. You're still in a survival mindset, if you will. Like, it's not the most pleasant experience exactly, okay? No matter how much cold exposure you've been doing, I've been doing it now for, close to 4 years, taking cold showers on a regular basis, on a daily basis. And yes, it does get easier, but it doesn't get much more pleasant. You're still there trying to warm yourself. And baby, who does not like the warmth? Who does not like the light? Who does not like the sun? Okay? Now, the interesting thing about the contrast showers is, after turning on the cold tap for say a couple of minutes, and then turning on the hot tap, baby, that hot water feels so fucking good. Like, it does not compare to just strictly taking a hot shower. The pleasure. Even though you're spending less time under the hot water and you're having to go through this experience of it's cold and breathing, but the pleasure, as far as if we're gonna be hedonists here and we're gonna talk about the pleasure per capita, right? Then the pleasure that I certainly derive from the hot water after going through the cold water, it's incomparable to just being in hot water all the time. Okay, it is incomparable. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm having an orgasm basically. Okay, whereas if I just go in, turn on the hot tap, it's gonna feel good the first minute, and then it's gonna be like your body's gonna adjust, your mind's gonna adjust to the experience, and it's not as pleasing, it is not as enjoyable, which to me is a reminder of why the element of suffering, why the element of pain even exists in the first place. You know, you always ask yourself the question of, why is there so much suffering? Why is there so much pain? You know, God must be some kind of a psychopath for instilling this element of suffering on itself. Because, you know, it is Brahman and Atman are one and the same. So really, like, you suffer, like Alan once has this saying, you suffer because you like it. And it's true, you know, because you as the Brahman, as the Godhead, you design the whole game. And you design the element of suffering, you design the duality, the yin and the yang, the male and the female, the hot and the cold, the pleasure and the pain. You did all of this, okay? So, to me, that's a constant reminder of why the other side of the coin exists. Because, you know, you might always ask yourself, well, okay, if God is benevolent, if God is love, why is there so much suffering? Why do we suffer? Why are we in pain? Well, the entire point of this simulation that we're in, the whole point of samsara, the cycle of death and rebirth, which is, like the Buddha pointed out, because it's impermanent, it has the element of suffering inherent within it. The whole point of it is, see, God is love, God is bliss, God is Ananda, Sat Chit Ananda, absolute knowledge, absolute bliss, absolute existence. Or it's the other way around. But God wants to know that it's great, that it is indeed bliss. Because if you're just taking a hot shower and you're used to it every day, it's not as enjoyable. You adapt to it, you adjust to it, it's not as enjoyable. It is only when you throw in the element of cold that the hot shower becomes so yummy and sweet and oh baby, it's so orgasmic, you know, it's like right? Only because you've taken a cold shower, like cold water. You're provided with the contrast. Okay? The whole point of samsara is to provide you the Godhead, the light, the beauty, the love, the bliss, to provide you with contrast so that when you finally find yourself again, you know, in this, using the analogy of cold shower, so when you finally turn off the cold tab and turn on the hot tab, baby, it feels so good. That's the whole point of samsara, of the cycle of death and rebirth. Okay? So that you find yourself again, and then you're like, wow, I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty blissful. I'm pretty badass. This is so good. Okay? It's the same thing with the sun. Like if you live in a sunny climate, you probably kind of now adjusted to the sun. In a lot of ways, you still probably enjoy it if you're someone who's conscious and you kind of, you know, you count your blessings and you really appreciate the sun, which is really the physical manifestation of God. God is light, so that's just the physical manifestation of God in the physical human animal realm. Then you probably still enjoy it, but trust me, you'll enjoy it 3 times as much if you have cloudy days for like 3 days in a row and then it's sunny again. Okay? That's basically, I feel like all these little cues, all these little things are kind of like hidden, you know, by design, by the Godhead, by consciousness, by the awareness, almost like as metaphors and analogies to show you the point of existence, what's happening, what's going on. Why do we have suffering? Why do we have pain? Why is there contrast? Okay? So, yeah. That's kind of why, the reason why I've been really enjoying contrast showers as of late. And yeah, I actually prefer them over just strictly cold. I prefer them over strictly hot for the reasons I explained. And I'll explain why I prefer them over purely cold. Because, you know, we are the light, we are the warmth, we are the sun. Okay? that's who we are. And we could use the element of contrast, of pain, of cold, to learn something. I mean, cold showers are incredibly healthy for you. And again, that's sort of a pointer, because if cold is associated, it's cold. Now, like, it's cold right now. It's -20 outside, okay? It's January here. I know I mentioned it over and over, but it's really cold. There's no life. Clearly, life in this physical existence is not synonymous with cold. Life is programmed towards warmth. That's why in tropical warm climates, there is the most amount of life. Okay? And I don't like taking purely cold showers anymore because, who doesn't want the warmth? And if you have the privilege of taking a warm shower, of feeling that beautiful warmth of the water, why not? Right? Why not? It's like, again, it's just a reminder that everything is wired towards the warmth, towards the sun, towards the light. Okay? And that's really like sort of our default natural state. However, while we're in this physical plane, in this human realm, we don't reject the contrast. In fact, we recognize just how critical it is for the human experience to be faced with contrast on a regular basis. Because it is without the other side of it, we would not enjoy the things we are wired to enjoy, the things we're wired to reach for. Again, the very fact to me that most life occurs in warm climates suggests to me that life, is sort of wired and is reaching for the warmth. And there is something there to be said for, because as above, so below. Whatever is on the physical is in the spiritual. There is something to be said in spiritual sense that everything is reaching for the light, for the warmth, for the sun, if you will. Okay? So, yeah, that's why I enjoy contrast showers. That's why I've been taking contrast showers, and I highly recommend you do so for not just this reason, but they have tremendous health benefits. I don't exactly know the science behind it, but apparently contrast showers are better than just strict cold showers as far as recovery. Something to do with the blood flow, whatever, okay? So, that's about it. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to our Patreons who are supporting this channel. And I just have to say, I really appreciate you guys. And here's a kiss for you. And then here's a universal kiss for everybody. Okay, for all of you guys watching, commenting, observing, disliking, liking. That's just a universal kiss. If you would like to support us on Patreon, you could do so probably somewhere down below in the comments, in the descriptions as well. Anything you would support us with, as something as little as a cup of tea, $2 a month. It's not much. It really isn't. And you might be like, well, okay, I support this channel with $2 a month. Yeah, big deal. Well, we're a community, and we always talk about the separation being an illusion, right? So yeah, okay, from that point of view, $2 a month may not be much, but add it up and boom, okay, and boom. It's kind of like telling your gut microbiome, like little cells, right? You got, the healthy, the good bacteria, the bad bacteria. Imagine every bad bacteria is like, but I'm a little thing. What am I gonna do, huh? What am I gonna do? But it's like, if everybody does their part, right, then the whole community thrives. So that's about it. Thank you very much. And until next time, may the force be with you.